Hi, welcome to Inspiration Station here on Entrepreneur.com. My name is Kirsten Kloss. Thanks very much for watching. Our show today is going to focus on growth equity investing in technology. And in order to help us in the interview today, I've asked a guest, Mr. Seth Harward, to join us in the interview. Mr. Harward joined Frontier Capital in 2008 and has been instrumental in refining the firm's sourcing strategy. He has primary responsibility for developing strategic relationships, marketing strategy, and identifying attractive growth stage companies. Well, prior to Frontier, he led fundraising efforts for the Research Triangle's Council of Entrepreneurial Development and sales for a high-growth entrepreneurial company. Well, Mr. Harward is also a graduate of the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. It's great to have you on the show. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Kirsten.
Well, it's great having some good experience here. Let's get right into the show here. First of all, this week you announced a $25 million investment in NetDocuments, a cloud-based document management company specializing in law firms. What made you invest in NetDocuments?
NetDocuments is just a great example of the type of business that we invest in. They are a very attractive, growing software as a service business that's applying their solution in a vertical that's really starting to adopt cloud-based technology. So in addition to the type of business and the model that they're pursuing, they also had a great management team that we've been tracking and getting to know for quite some time, and been just really impressed on their ability to execute on the mission, and really a group that we wanted to partner with long term. So we're very excited to have this deal under our belt and look forward to a very kind of productive relationship with the NetDocuments team moving forward.
And what types of companies does Frontier look for when they invest?
Yeah, as a firm, we have, I'll say we've been around since the late 90s and have really always been exclusively focused on investing in and partnering with a little bit more established business-to-business software and tech-enabled business services companies. So it's all software and services businesses that are being sold into the enterprise, that are leveraging nice recurring revenue business models that have done a really good job of proving out the value in their service or solution, which for us really translates into businesses that have revenues of somewhere between $10 and $30 million, and have reached some inflection point where they're now ready to bring on outside capital to help them, and really guidance and strategy and help them figure out how to go to the next level. So a group that's looking for not just capital, but some assistance and a real partner to help them grow. And we found that in NetDocuments.
And so looking at these companies, what should these types of companies do to prepare themselves for growth investment from firms such as Frontier?
Sure. Well, I think it's important just on the front end as they start to evaluate their options and consider raising money, to spend time with investment groups like ourselves. We think kind of the relationship is a very important aspect to investing in a company. And if I'm an entrepreneur, I want to know who I'm going to be having a relationship for the next for the next 5, 6, 7 potentially longer years. So I think investing the time on the front end to really develop a relationship, make sure that you have an idea of who you want to partner with, versus just jumping in with whoever may kind of throw the highest valuation your way is important. So take the time, I think, would be a bit of advice that I would give to get to know the folks that you may be ultimately partnering with moving forward. I think getting your financial house in order is very important. That's going to, I think, provide you with a lot of visibility into your own business, and then it will also make the diligence process a lot smoother on you moving forward. And then next to that, kind of making sure your legal house is in order. I think having good counsel is always helpful and will help facilitate a smooth transaction. And then kind of most importantly, I think be able to articulate your plan and then be able to execute on that plan. So investors like us love to see companies come in and tell us what they're going to do, watch them for a year, and watch them either kind of hit or exceed expectations. There's, I think, probably nothing more challenging for a company than to kind of come up short on their goals. So as distracting as fundraising can be, I really think the most important thing you can do is execute on your plan and deliver.
Well, and you've invested in two Utah companies in the last year, NetDocuments and Multiling, a patent transition company. What makes Utah a region that's so attractive to Frontier?
So Utah in general is a great example of the type of market from a geography perspective that we have always focused on and like to invest in. You have a great entrepreneurial culture there to begin with. You have Utah is very rich in terms of technology companies and talent that are based there, but it is underserved in terms of resident capital to really fund the growth of those companies. And it's a great area, great opportunity for firms like Frontier, for that matter, to come in, identify, kind of get to know these companies, and be the kind of go-to growth equity provider for growing technology and SaaS companies in that market. So Utah in general is a great example of an underserved market from a capital standpoint that has lots of kind of robust, exciting, growing technology companies and the talent to kind of support them.
And how has investment gone with Multiling?
Multiling continues to exceed our expectations, which, as you can imagine, are set very high to begin with. So we continue to be very pleased with the team over there, and they continue to blow us away.
Well, we're going to get the COO of Multiling, Lyle Ball, on another interview, and we'll follow up with him as well. How important are relationships to investments, such as these?
Well, I can speak for Frontier. Next to the business kind of fitting our profile, it is the most important thing. Having a good relationship with your management team, being in a position to know that this is a group that things do get off track, because they almost inevitably do at some point. That you've got a group around the table that can work to get things done and not work against each other. So I think having that foundation of a very strong relationship, which for us in the Multiling example, that we spent a year to 18 months kind of laying that foundation of a relationship before there was ever a transaction on the table, and it has served us well to this point. So we think it's a very important piece of a partnership, and we do look at it as a partnership, and having that relationship so that you're bringing more than just capital to the table, ideas, and nice just kind of working partnership moving forward.
Well, it's great having you on the show. Very good advice. I really appreciate your time and taking time with us today here on entrepreneur.com. Thanks for joining us, Seth.
Thanks, Carson. Appreciate you having me.
We've been speaking with Seth Harward. He is with Frontier Capital, and you can check out their website at frontiercapital.com. You've been watching Inspiration Station here on entrepreneur.com. I'm Kirsten Kloss. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now.